Welcome to Viera Studios. My name is Bill, and this is a continuation and hopefully the final part of the series of building your model in Adobe Fuse. Now, in this segment, we will be talking about and I will be showing you how to bring in this model. If you have Adobe Cloud, Creative Cloud, then you know that if you saved it, if you watched the last episode, we saved it onto the Adobe Cloud, where we can just double click and it will automatically bring in our model, which there it is. Now, naturally, we don't want him just standing stiff like or rock the boat, rather. We don't want him to be stiff as a what do you call those things, scarecrow. But we are going to give this character some life. Now, right here, you can create a video timeline. I don't know if you know about this. When you bring in a model such as this, you can create video timelines or frame animations. In this case, we're going to be making a video timeline. And I already have what I have planned to jump in here on, and that is the belting out loud roar. Now, if you notice, this timeline is like super tiny. I can't tell where one frame ends and where one frame begins. So what I'm going to do, if you haven't noticed this little slider bar down here where you have a real small mountain and then you have a bigger mountain. As you scale towards the bigger mountain, you notice that the timeline grows. And all it is you're zooming in and getting closer to each frame. Like this is 10 frames, 20 frames. This here's rather a minute, which is 30 frames a minute. Set for 30 frames right here. Shows set for 30 frames per second. So this right here is a total of 1 second of the video. So, but we can see and go through each and every frame. And the closer we get to this timeline, the larger those frames become. Now, however, I already have an idea of where I want this frame. And I believe it was somewhere, right there. Maybe. Let's see what else it gives me an option for. Actually, I kind of like that. I might go with that right there. But he doesn't have any any emotion, other than this blank stare. So let's give him some kind of facial emotions. Now, if you go up here, this is your different animations you can do with the little man icon up here. If you go to the little, looks like a little mask icon, you have well, 2 pages of quite a few different facial expressions, and Lord knows I hope they come up with some other cool looking facial expressions. Let's see, trying to see. Let me get close on this guy so I can have somewhat an idea what he looks like. Let's look what cocky looks like. Can't really tell. Startled. Filthy? Don't get it. Pain wins. That might be okay. See if he's got anything that makes him look like he's screaming. Scream. That'll work. I like that. Okay, so we'll go with scream. And granted, there's a shadow in the scene that comes with the model when you bring it in, because it's based on the infinity of the lighting, which if I take the shadow out, I don't have to worry about that. Now I can go back to my character. Of course, I want to make him a lot smaller because I already have a scene built up for him that, I could show you how to do it, or you could just do it on your own. Just create your own scene, put them wherever you want. Middle of downtown New York if you want to, Times Square. But on this particular one, he's a soldier, and naturally combat is going to be his game plan. In this case, he's ready to fight. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and zoom. Let's see if I can okay, well, I can move him, but I'm trying to scale him down. I guess I could do it this way. Yeah, if you do that little square right there in the middle, if you can get it to highlight yellow, that will be your scaling. And then I just want to move him down. No. It's not exactly what I'm trying to do here. Ah, there we go. Get him back on his lines. Alright. Now that we have him, I know already what my scene is, and so I want to be able to paint on this character. Not so much his face, but I suppose I could paint individually. Well, let's see if that'll work. I was getting a lot of issues last time I messed with this. Alright. I want to paint on this mustache. Hair mat, maybe, yes. We'll definitely paint that. That's not what I'm looking for. I want to create a glow, like an environmental lighting onto his backside and along to his side a little bit. So, what I need to do, which actually I may not even need to do all that. Let's see. I'll go ahead and do that. So, you can go over here to the regular brush. Let's get on the layer. Go on the regular brush side. Okay. And we'll pick a brush. We'll pick a color. Possibly some type of orange color, because ambient lighting, it will be some kind of orange. You want to have low opacity. And now we want to be able to turn this world, not the character, the world, scene. So I guess we will have to go into scene. Rotate it. There we are. There we are. So zoom in on this guy. I'll go ahead and turn him to his. So we're at his back side. And let's start painting, shall we? We should be able to. Oh, well, that explains that. Not paint with the right color. You want to have a, yes, 3D paint system project. Paint system. Alright, let's see what that does. Textures, fuse. I do believe I am painting in that. If your center point goes outside for some reason, outside into the checkered area, you wind up getting this. However, I can probably solve that. I'll go back to layers. If I add another layer, place this layer underneath, like so, and we just do a fill. Let's say we fill it with a standard white. That's all. Let's do that again. There we go. Maybe we won't get that all that jazz. The 3D. All right. Back to our paintbrush. Now we should be able to paint. Get my color back. Okay. There we go. We want to paint, especially along the top of his head, there we go. Bring some color back there. The back's going to be quite orange. So we don't, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because you guys will most likely do your own thing, which is, I totally encourage that. What I am trying to do here, which apparently isn't working the way I thought. What is the deal? Doesn't like that, does it? Yes. What's it doing? Huh. Alright, just zoom that down. Every time you come across a seam, it seems like you get this uncanny thing here. You're like, man, this is going to look like crap. I know. Anything worth doing starts off like crap. But if you follow it till its end, it always turns out better. The old saying goes. Alright, I think that's probably good enough on the back side. We want to be able to rotate this guy back around because we want to get a little more of that orange kind of leading over to the front, especially along that right there. You'll notice. Oh, let me undo that. Let's see if I can undo that. Don't want that shadow there. There we go. Apparently, get to the 3D part. Now, we should be able to, well, we want to turn the scenery, not the model. And don't worry about that white, shadowy, whatever. It's not going to be there all that long. We're going to go ahead and put some more of that down in here. Yes. Doesn't like me painting over seams for some reason. A little more on the shoulders. Alright, a lot of this will be taken care of with lighting once we forgetting about that. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for right there. Now I want to make sure this side inside here. What the heck? Where'd my color go? It's not what I'm trying to do. Somehow, when I color got lost. There we go. I've always been really good with shadows and whatnot. Yes, bouncing over. There we go. Put a little bit of paint on that inner part of his leg. I will have him standing kind of off in a weird angle here in a minute. We definitely want to have a little bit of, don't really want it on that part though. Go. Go. Yes. There's probably an easier way of doing this. This is just how I figure out how to do it. Go. Now I want to make this part black so I can work on the shadows of that. Let's flip that. This will be in the darkness of the away from. Go. And then X to switch back. Increase that brush just so we can get a little more under that. Go back to turning our little world. We still got this one side we still have to, it's really in the shadows, which probably will not show as much. Let's see here. Yeah, the under armor of this here needs to be addressed. Doesn't like me apparently. Okay. Might be able to sprinkle a little bit of orange over here. Notice it, for some reason, did all that. It's not what I'm wanting to do. And a little bit, yes. Alright, well, that pretty much does it on that. So, now that we have our little guy painted up, and we're back in front. Yes. Let's get this world back to where it should be. And let's get rid of this layer underneath. And hopefully, with any luck, actually, let's put that layer back. Because I'm kind of curious of why. Why that was showing up like that. Huh. Okay, so, okay, that proves a point. I just wanted to know. Alright, what I'm going to do here is bring in my other photo. Actually, I want to move this guy one more time because I want him to be sitting rather low to the ground, and if I can get him to even out a little bit and drop it down. This is about where I want him. Alright, let's bring in my photo and see what I can do here. We'll bring that in, we'll drag and drop it into the scenery. Granted, the scenery is going to need to be adjusted to fit my scene. I created this with some brushes that Christy something or another made them. Found those on Brush Easy. If you want to use them, they're free. I just thought they would be pretty cool to be able to create this fire scene using multiple brushes that I was able to acquire from Brush Easy. So if all else fails, I may enjoy. But here we go. Let's get these sides in here and click up here to confirm. Actually, not quite there yet. It's here to confirm. Okay. Now we need to drag this down below our character. There we are. Now I'm just kind of curious because earlier I was seeing that show up. Now in order for these shadows, I painted in here to reflect our scene better. He has to kind of be off to the side, so I need to come up here. Go to the 3D model. I want to move this guy over. No. There we go. I want to move him kind of over here. I might need to. Oh no, I don't want to widen him. There we go. Let's turn him kind of this way a little bit. There we go. And maybe straighten him out. Go. Alright, let's see what that looks like when we back out of it. Alright, might just back him up, pull him up a little bit. Maybe even, I don't know if I should. There we go. Trying to decide whether I wanted to make him any bigger or smaller. Well, we'll get to that. But he still doesn't fit into the picture. You notice he's kind of stands out a whole lot. So what we need to do is take the infinite light. We need to adjust the shadows where it kind of puts him right. But we don't want to lose all our detail in the character itself. So what we're doing here is trying to find that one shot. Maybe move this down a little bit. Give it a... There we go. But the lighting still, the color of the light isn't matching up. So to solve this problem is we'll just go over here to the light here. We click on this and we choose something a little more brighter. There we go. Kind of give it the shadow that we're looking for. Might even increase the intensity so much. And there we have it. Now we can go back to our layers and kind of look at our scene. And it kind of gives us our guy. Of course, he has no ground. I should have put some down there to give it some depth. But I suppose if I put him in closer to the dill, there you go. I might be able to give it a little more. Maybe. Well, that looks fairly better anyway. But there you have it, folks. Granted, I'm sorry it took so long to for you to watch me to do all this, but anyway, this is our model and this is the stance. Now, I mean, I can go in and save it as a photo, or I can render out a whole scene, like, you know. see now, that's that kind of almost looks like he's being thrown back. There we are, and that's where we're at. All right, thank you for watching. Watch next my next video. I will open it up so you can have an idea what my next episode will be about. It's in Photoshop, and just to stress that I spent a lot of time just trying to find if anybody's ever made anything of making like 3D spheres or other 3D objects in Photoshop. And every video I've found is creating a 2D image to make it appear 3D, which, you know, I understand, and it does look 3D. I mean, a lot of those images look very much 3D, but I wanted to create a true 3D image where it was easy for me to manipulate the position and place things in behind other things. And so I worked on a project here a while back, a couple days ago actually, and this is what I came up with in a true 3D image using many other textures, you know, various textures on, you know, and applied it to a single layer. You know, I mean, it's multiple layers, but once you put it all together as an image, this is what you get. Anyway, on my next video, I will be going over this. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And until next time, bye.